Siva Priya is born in the bustling city of Chennai, India. She has a bachelor's degree in information technology and she works in the field of software test engineering before becoming a full-time homemaker in 2014. The same year, she starts writing. Growing up with two brothers, she knows well the word of loud music, as well as anything that involves action and martial arts. Her grandmother, that recited famous Indian folk tales, was the one who planted in her the seed of love for stories and storytelling. Enamored with fantasy worlds and believing that there's no limit to what imagination can create, she publishes A Rogue's Revenge, her first book, in 2021, in collaboration with Europe Books. She's here with us today to introduce us to her new book. Hi, Siva, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Hi, Priya. Pleasure to meet you too.
Listen, tell us briefly what is your book about, please.
It's a general revenge story. Normal, like a female protagonist just goes on a revenge to find out what happened to her family years ago.
Your book is a fiction story, of course, but is there something that inspired you and pushed you to write it? More in general, where's your inspiration from when you write?
I had this idea of this specific female character, Evelyn Schuyler. That's the name of the female protagonist in the book. I wanted to write about that particular character for a long time. And back in 2015, after I quit my job, I just was reading a lot of werewolf novels. And it triggered an idea like, why can't I write as well? So I just started writing. And it actually came out as a beautiful story, a fictional story.
Okay, listen, I was very positively surprised by the strength of your main character, which is Evelyn. Do you think it can be inspirational for many women, for many readers? What kind of lessons can she teach and what message does she communicate?
That's the main point of that female character. You see, most of the novels that I had read until now always had the character either as a calm and collected, not so arrogant, and very gullible. But I felt like a female should project herself in whatever way she can. And she has to stand forward and say, yes, I can do it. And I don't need someone's help to do what I want to do. That is the main thing that I wanted to portray in this book. We don't need someone to be behind our back to always to be successful. We just have to look forward in our own strength. And even if we fall down, just bow down, get back up, and then keep moving forward again. That is the main point that I wanted to convey in this book.
So, who's your target reader? Is it a book for everybody, or maybe you had in mind a precise kind of public for your book?
I believe this book should be a target for everyone. I mean, mostly from above the teenage and the elderly as well. I had this very good responses from many female authors about this book. Even the male people actually conveyed good response for this book.
Okay, and I'm sure that your imagination never stops. So, are you writing something new right now?
I am actually. There is another book that I have been wanting to write for a long time. It's also an action fantasy. Similar to this, that was actually my main idea, but I changed it, most of the story on that book to this Rogue's Revenge. So I probably have to think up a new storyline for the other one.
So, we'll keep waiting for your new book.
Yes, we have to.
Thank you, Siva. In the meantime, A Rogue's Revenge is now available in bookstores and online platforms. It's a publication by Europe Books.